Hello and welcome. Today we're going to do some tyre sidewall writing. We've got a show to go to and we want to make this little delta look special. I've done that today as an experiment. I like it, the guys like it, so we're going to get the other three wheels off the car and let's go through it together. Right, we've got the wheels off, so the first thing to do is give them a good wipe down. So I'm cleaning them. I've got my protective gloves on and I'm cleaning them with cellulose thinners. Get all the grease off and all the oil. So these are Pirellis. They're quite a low profile tyre. They're clean. This is what we've got. 2 of those per tyre. That's a mask, a vinyl mask, cut out on the computer, so the letters are cut out and the mask is sticky. So we're going to stick them on the 2 of those per wheel. I've told the sign man the diameter of the wheel and he's cut them out to size. It's a 30mm letter. That bottom line should just line up with the shoulder, and that gives us about a 30mm letter before the tread starts, 30mm space. These are a low profile tyre, it's 45, 205, 45, so it's quite a low profile tyre, so we've got about a 30mm sidewall to put these letters on. So that's what I'm going to do. So what we need to do now is mask the centre out, stick these letters on and mask up where the mask doesn't cover, so we don't get any paint on the tyre. So we'll do that now and I'll get back to you. Okay, let's mark the centre. It's 440, so that's 220. So there's the centre. We've marked the centre of this lettering, and you remember that that is just going to go on the shoulder. So we'll peel the back of the sheet off and we're left with the lettering on the application paper. So we'll take that, we've got the centre marked. That there like that, and we'll just feel in the shoulder. There's the shoulder there, there's the bottom of the letter, so we'll just feel. It's not going to stick, it won't stick very well to the rubber, so we'll just ease that in and just feel the right, now what we're going to have to do with that is get it hot. When that's stuck on, give it some heat. What you've got to do is mould it over all the lettering, the tread and the fittings, and make sure, get it good and warm and make sure it moulds in. When you get these made from the sign man, it's a good idea to get a squeegee as well. This is an ordinary squeegee on one side and a felt edge squeegee on the other, so you can get into the cracks. Also, when you get them made, there's 2 each wheel, so obviously there's 8. Get 10 made, and if you make a mistake, as I have done on that wheel over there, when you make a mistake, you've got a spare. You just feel that into the ridge, and that's on. So what we've got to do with this now is carefully peel it back, peel the application paper off. Now, it's not really going to be stuck very well, so if you carefully peel it back and watch where the letters are cut out, and make sure that all the centres of the letters and the edges all stick on. So carefully keep it flat, fold it right back on itself, pull that off, just ease it off. See the E's, you've got the centre of the E's there. You need to just keep your finger on that, keep them all stuck down, because when you've done that, you're going to go over it again with the hot air gun and press all the letters down into all the cracks and crevices so the paint doesn't leak underneath. The centre of the A there, that you need to make sure that that's in. So when that's done, you need to get the hot air gun on it. I won't make you watch, I'll do that. I'll get the hot air gun and I'll press all the letters down into the cracks. That's off, and we'll mask these areas on the outside of the tyre up. Just let me show you, you know what I mean about the raised lettering, but you could see the vinyl needs to be heated and pressed in to the cracks so the paint doesn't creep underneath the masking film. All those lines there, the vinyl's got to be pressed into the cracks. So we'll do that now. I'll get the hot air gun on that and give them all a good going over. The tyres are all masked up. Our local Halfords had no such thing as Tyrewall paint, so I went to Screwfix and I bought some line marking paint. Yellow, I figured if it'll stick to tarmac, it'll stick to a tyre wall. So it's worked on the other one, so we'll use that. No nonsense line marking paint, plenty in that tin, that should see us. What I really want to tell you is it's really important. What we're going to have to do is dust this, like 6, 8 light coats, whatever it takes to do. We mustn't put too much on or the paint will creep underneath the lettering there where it's not stuck down properly. So we're just going to give it several light coats and just build it up. So that's, I'll get back to you when we've made a bit of progress on it. I'm just dusting them ever so lightly, building it up so the paint, it's almost dry when it's reaching the tyre, so it doesn't creep underneath. You all know nonsense, all right, we'll keep that up. These have been drying for a while. This is the last one. So let's take the masking off. We'll go easy on that. The paint has hardened, so it's flaking off the masking. So that looks a bit worse than it is. Right, that's finished. All the masking's off. the 3 remaining wheels are done. Where the sidewall is flat, the letters are good and crisp. Where we've got raised lettering, the paint has crept under the masking. So I will tidy that up. I'm going to get a paintbrush, and I'm going to use the handle of the little baby paintbrush, wrap a little rag around it, dip it in some thinners, and I'll just tidy the worst of that up. But I think we're going to have to accept that as being in the parameters of what this represents, which is a stenciled racing tyre. So if it was Pirelli, they would just spray it with a stencil. So I think we're going to have to accept this as being in the parameters, because that's what it represents. So what I'm going to do is I'll tidy it up, put them on the car, and you can have a look when they're done. Right, we're done. Wheels are on, tightened up. I've made a bit of a mess of the floor, but I think it's worth it. They look pretty good. So we're away on a convoy, we're going to Italy. So let's see how they stand up to a bit of highway work and some Italian curbs. We'll keep reporting on our trip. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.